Shelter, how bees are y'all? Now look, it pissed me off a little bit earlier. Had to do a whole Sunday school class in my bedroom. I'm trying to relax. It's been a rough day. I cried in the drive-through. It's been a lot. Okay, so I'm finna do this reading. They asked me to do a reading. I don't know if the spirits and the ancestors who want me to do the reading are actually gonna watch it or not. But if you are, this is who I am. This is what I look like. Okay, I don't know. You know, in the spirit realm, I guess people thinking it's something completely different than what it is. I don't really know. All I know is I'm here, I'm existing, and I'm trying my best to just make it day by freaking day. Okay? Yeah, apparently, they don't think I'm supposed to be cussing, but I sure be cussing. Hello, person who just arrived. Okay, we're about to get started here real fast. Real fast. Can you hear me in the microphone? I hope you can. I put it to the I don't know if it works while I'm live like that, but I'm assuming it will. We will get going in a moment. Also, let me tilt this down just a smidge so y'all can see some things. So this is my napkin. This is my face. Let me go back up a little bit. Here we go. I still see a little bit down here. Y'all, look. It's rough, okay? Holy Spirit, come on and talk to me. Talk to me. As we do this collective read. I want to remind everybody these readings are general readings. So, if your own personal individual story is not encapsulated in the few minutes that I do this reading, that does not mean that everything else is wrong, okay? It just means your personal story was not encapsulated in a couple minutes. I also want to remind people to not assume things. When you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. Hold on. If you don't trust and believe after I smoke, then that's on you. Because the readings to end up being true. We got the Queen of Swords here. Okay? Speaking this truth. Now, this is what I fucked with that Sunday school class earlier I had to give before I got on this freaking video. So, someone needs to understand some truth about something. We got Temperance here as the next card. I want y'all to see. I'm pulling from the back. So, we got Temperance was the next card. Right here from the back. Okay, this is the order they fell out. This is the order I'm going with. Temperance out here from the back. Someone's telling you the truth about some angel, about alchemizing some energy, about understanding how this stuff works, about truth about divine realms. Like I said, the Sunday school class earlier, may have to redo that some kind of way. I don't know. We have to figure that out because people have a whole. I think people have a fucked up idea of spirit. To be honest, they have a real fucked up idea of spirit. They have a real fucked up idea of what's godly, what's not. People have fucked up ideas of the virtues. People think people assume that you're supposed to be this, like, I don't know, a pushover. Jesus was a pushover and he got murdered. I'm gonna keep saying that. Jesus got murdered for being nice to people. And y'all telling me something, oh, y'all need to be more like Jesus. Jesus was just nice and let everybody just fuck him over. If y'all ever watched The Good Place, it's a TV show. There's a man on there called Doug. Doug was when they had, I think it's season, I just watched it too. It may have been season 3. They had an episode where they went to Doug's house and they seen he just got pushed over and bullied by everybody. And he still didn't even make it to the good place. The good place is supposed to be heaven. He still didn't make it there. He let everybody walk all over him and do everything. So, I'm just putting it out there. You know, if y'all want the truth about some things, about some energy, about some angelic work here, it ain't always sunshine and rainbows, y'all. Y'all want to say love and light all the time, and you can't say anything negative or slightly mean or rude, blah, 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 blah. You must not have read that Bible either. I'm just saying, God wasn't always nice. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so we're gonna bring some new things, some new ways. Got this Ace of Pentacles out here. This to me is speaking of a divine gift of stability. If you look, I was speaking about that first beginning of the Bible here. There's that the gate. And being gifted is a gift and the gate. I want y'all to see this gate. I want y'all to see this gate. I really want y'all to see this gate. There's a gift and a gate. Okay? A gift and a gate. What we got here next? Pain. Three of Swords. Heart pain, heartache. This to me is someone who, this to me is the energy right here. This is a pain. This is a hurt. This is a... I'm trying to get the right word for it. Ooh, you gotta get with the naysayers in the back. Spirit, don't be trying to fight me on it now. We got Knight of Wands. Seven of Swords. Page of Swords. And the Five of Pentacles. So, this Ace of Pentacles here and this Three of Swords. Someone is hurt by this. This is a pain. I don't think this is the person who's getting this. Somebody else is hurt by this newfound stability here. This is pain. That's why to flip the other cards. There's a Knight of Wands who has been deceptive. This could be a fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is normally known as a Sagittarius card. This person has been deceptive. This energy has been deceptive. This could be a principality has been deceptive. I think people have been deceptive about fire in general, or about wands. Maybe about magical energy. About like that kind of fiery energy. Maybe people were deceived by that. We have the Page of Swords. Now, I normally say the Page of Swords is a researcher. It's a stalker, but it's a researcher. Because if you're stalking something, or you're trying to look up something, you're trying to get information on something that you don't already know. So, this to me is telling me someone's trying to figure out what is so deceptive about this Knight of Wands. So, there's someone here trying to figure this out. Maybe this is the same person. Like I said, now, this Knight of Wands is supposed to be Sagittarius energy. It's known as Sagittarius energy. This Temperance is also known as Sagittarius energy. Okay? So, if this, I don't know if this angel is giving the gift or is getting the gift. We'll see here in a moment. But, I'm praying it's both. Okay? But, this Knight of Wands is also a Sag energy, right? So, if these both are Sag energies here, and one is being deceptive, and one may not be deceptive, and when someone is deceived by this energy, we have this Page of Swords trying to find out the truth here. We have this Five of Pentacles, this lack. There's a lack of something, which is why I say this Ace of Pentacles could be a gift to get someone, out of this lack. Either to get someone out of this lack, or to get the angel out of this lack, or both. So we're going to keep going here in a minute. But it looks like someone is really hurt by that with this Three of Swords. We're going to figure out... first, let me figure out who is hurt by this. Who is hurt by this? Who is hurt by this? Who is hurt by this Ace of Pentacles? We have Seven of Pentacles popping up over here. The Magician. And the High Priestess. So someone is intuitive and manifesting from an intuitive space, manifesting from intuition, not necessarily a mental space. So this to me is an energy of manifesting from the watery energy, not from a mental energy. This is someone who is seeing what needs to be brought up to like face what's coming up. Okay. We have the Seven of Pentacles. This is like an investment to me. This is what I get the card as an investment. So, and I'm feeling this energy popping up when I said who is hurt by this. Someone feel like they invested into the wrong thing. So we're gonna figure out what who feels like they invested into what wrong thing, where, how, who, how, and when. Okay, let me get here. Yep, here we go. So we got Seven of Cups, confusion, Ten of Wands, burdens, Five of Cups, regret, Seven of Wands, defensiveness, the Tower, which is usually like a divine revelation or shakeup, Eight of Cups, a walking away, Justice here, and we have the Empress. So when I get this, I feel like there's been a whole bunch of confusion that's causing burdens. That's caused burdens. It may be options. It may be different cups. This could be different people. Like I said, this Knight of Wands feels like it's deceptive. This could be different people this Knight of Wands was dealing with. This could also be a confusion action that this Knight of Wands has taken, or that this Temperance is taken for the Sagittarius energy. Now with this Ten of Wands and Five of Cups, this is to me a burden that was created by this confusion that someone regrets doing. Someone regrets causing some sort of burden, some sort of it may be a blockage, but this is to me someone like there's a confusion involved here. Maybe someone could also have invested in confusing people with the seven here. Someone could have invested in confusing people. Like we have what seven here, and that Seven of Swords that came out. So someone definitely could have invested in confusing people, and now there's a defensiveness, right? People especially could be defensive against the Tower. So people could be defensive against getting a divine revelation. Now a Tower normally comes in. A Tower moment normally comes in. Towers are changing. Towers are transformative, right? So I know I didn't record the little Sunday school class I had earlier. I was talking about the living water. They said Jesus is living water. And he spoke to this woman who was down on her luck, being bullied, being taken, basically felt all distraught and disheveled. Came in and just spoke to her, tried to get to know her, tried to figure out what was going on in her life, tried to dig a little deeper besides the surface level, right? And changed her over. What this Tower does is change you over completely. So people are defensive against this Tower. These people don't like to change. This is like a human trait. Humans don't like to change, but they want. This is the thing. They beg for change, but when it comes, they don't want it. I don't know why. If you resonate with that for yourself, you gotta ask yourself that why. Why do you want change, and then when it pops up in your face, you don't want it no more? Or pops up in your face, it scares you. Time moments don't end up being pretty. People think spiritual awakenings and sunshine. You can walk outside and all of a sudden you get sunshine, rainbows, and rabbits. No, spiritual awakenings usually have crying and tears and you know what I mean? Like, it's not what people think it is. And that's what's the big issue. Maybe that could be what this confusion is for you. People it's not what people think it is. Most people tend to think that a divine revelation or something is supposed to be, whatever. Look, the way I put this is this: Eve ate an apple, one apple, or took a bite out of an apple. Didn't eat the whole apple, depending on which story you read. But ate an apple, got kicked out of paradise, forever body shamed, thrown into a cave in the darkness for days and nights with no time, for eating the apple. And y'all talk about God is so supposed to be so nice and ain't did nothing, to nobody. That's part of the Sunday school lesson I gave her. I'm trying to re-give it a little bit too in here because I thought that's going to be context for this. We have the Eight of Cups here, right? This Eight of Cups, to me, it is, especially after this Tower, it's making people leave or reevaluate what they believed in. This is a reevaluation here. Ace normally means something new, right? So you leave it with old ways behind. This could be old spiritual ideas. This could be old emotions behind. This could be some big emotional processing. I know earlier today I cried in the drive-thru. I said that at the beginning, like this, and I feel things from other people. Just because I cried in the drive-thru doesn't mean people were crying for the same reason I was crying or whatever. But definitely some emotional processing seemed to have happened. Okay, with this moon out. The moon's out in this card. The moon rules emotions. With the emotional tie, things like that, emotional well-being. Somebody's leaving something behind. This could also be leaving some baggage behind. We had this 10 of Wands here earlier, this baggage, right? If you regretting the baggage and defensive against the Tower, but the Tower came anyway and freed you up, even though it may not have been pretty to free you up, but it freed you up to get to this Eight of Cups. If you pay attention, we were at the 7 of Cups, and this is the journey from the 7 to the 8. To get out that confusion, that Tower is lightning. If you're in this dark, cloudy spot, trying to figure out what's the right option for all these clouds and cups in front of your face, this big, sharp lightning strike, big, bright lightning strike is going to come, and it's going to show you what it is. See how these clouds are dispersing out this Tower? After this Tower then came? And now you can clearly see your way away from these cups that don't serve you no good. So, I'm just saying, we got the Justice and the Empress here. This is balance. Divine justice is divine balance with this sort of truth. You may need some truth in here. This Justice card is normally a Libra card. Libras are air signs. They're all about communication. This is communicating something being either unfair or fair. Maybe this could be someone communicating something they felt was unfair. Or maybe this is someone leaving something behind that they felt was unfair. Now they're able to communicate how unfair it was before in the previous life. On this journey to become this Empress here. This Empress is Venus. Now at the time that I'm recording this reading, Venus is in retrograde. So people evaluate their relationships. People evaluate the things that they're going through. People evaluate what they've been through. In the last video I spoke about relationships being broken up, or something unhealthy is being broken up or ripped apart, or sorry, my cat jumped up here. Is that fire? You want to get in the camera? Come on up. Hold on, I'm gonna turn to her. This. Look, there's the cat. Sapphire. See? Okay. It like you leaving something behind, right? And you expressing why you probably left it behind. What made it unfair? What made it unbalanced? What was the thing that what bothered you? What was the thing that made you feel like you couldn't be in this Empress energy? You couldn't be radiating love and light. What was the thing that made you feel like you couldn't manifest from this emotional, intuitive place? You couldn't work your magic from this emotional, intuitive place. If someone felt like they couldn't do that before, it's the question of why could you not? If you haven't found out why, it's about figuring out so you can balance your own energy out, right? This justice is a balancing act card as well. There's the scales right there. She's holding the scales, balancing out what's going on. Balancing out your emotions, balancing out your feelings here. Balancing out your inner self. So if a lot of people get in masculine energy, the Emperor energy, right? And they don't spend enough time in this Empress Venus energy. We talk about Venus being love. The story I was talking about earlier was the living water. They said the living water is morning star energy is Venus energy. It's that loving energy. Even though they said the morning star is the brightest star, I know people think that oh, Lucifer Morningstar evil. No, if you look up what Morningstar is the brightest star. I'm not saying, whatever, however you want to take whatever. But if you do actually look up some things, you'll find out other things. We get the sun. I just said the brightest star, and we get the sun. We get the sun. That's the part that popped out. You see I'm shuffling right here on the camera. Live and in person. Shuffling right here on the camera. Live and in person, okay? 4 wands. The happiness, the bliss. So, this is Dark Night of the Soul energy. That was over here, right? This is what you get to after Dark Night of the Soul. The sun, the happiness, the bliss, the warmth. This is the energy of like marriage, commitment, union type thing. If you're having emotional issues, if you're having an issue with your relationship right now, this is like that time to be like really examine it so you can go back to being bliss. Don't just sit there. Don't just sit there and be unhappy with somebody. If you're unhappy with somebody, tell them why you're unhappy with them. Tell them what's going on. Tell them why something's not balanced. That's what that justice energy is about. Tell them something what you can do to keep everything a happy home. Don't they say happy wife, happy life? That ain't got to necessarily mean, just keep the wife happy. The husband got to be happy too, or wife, husband, whatever. But my point being is that if the both parties are not happy, or if there is an energy of love being blocked at all, it's time to examine that and speak on that, so you can keep manifesting from this intuitive space. I talked about emotions a lot. A lot of cups came out. Well, not really a lot of cups, but them cups were meaningful when they did come out. Okay. That's that sacral chakra energy. That's the energy of emotion. That's the energy. That's that gut feeling. People have like women's intuition in your gut. People get that I don't know, that gut feeling. That it's just that intuition in your gut. That's what that is, and it's basically saying you gotta like fine tuning it. I feel like this is the fine tunement of it, right? To get to the sun in this 4 of Wands. Because you want to get to the sun in the 4 of Wands. The sun is the happiness. This is supposed to be a Leo card, right? That creation energy, the happiness energy, the energy where you feel like you can do anything, the energy where you feel like you can be anything. The energy. This is, the sun is supposed to be I am as well. Like I am. I feel like I can do anything. Hello, how you doing, Star Lover 22? Thank you for coming. Join the channel. Come on, watch, subscribe to Live and Shout Tarot. This is that energy. That sun energy, that creation energy, that feeling like you can do anything. The little baby right here. Right? What we got now? 2 of Pentacles. Oh, excuse me, let me go back this way. 2 of Swords, 3 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, and 2 of Pentacles. So, we got this here. Now, this 2 of Swords is normally a decision. 2s normally equate a decision. So we got some decisions here, right? You can decide to be blind to something, or you can decide to be open-minded to something. But again, we have the moon up at the top. The same way with this 8 of Cups, the moon was up at the top. I'm going to bring the card back up so you can see what I'm talking about, because I don't know, people seem to have short memories. No offense to you. But we got the moon up here at the top on this 8 of Cups, and let's say you had to leaving the emotional baggage behind. And then we got this moon up here with this 2 of Swords. What does that mean? It means being led by faith, not by sight. Because this person is completely blindfolded. So you have to speak your way to being led by faith. To make these choices, okay? We got this 3 of Cups here. You can go to celebration. This is a reunion. This is celebration. This is you can reunite with this energy, because this energy, again, people are born in this energy, creation energy. People are born with this energy. This is you can if you're led by faith to go right back to where you were in that creation, In that give and take, equal exchange. Six of Pentacles. Not necessarily breadcrumbing, but again, we have these scales out here. The same scales that we have for the Justice. This balance. If you notice in this deck, both of these are balanced. Both these scales are balanced. Now, there are some decks where the scale is not balanced, but in this particular deck, the scale, these are balanced. So my point being is that with these Pentacles, you see these people trying to get what they can from this person. You got one over here waiting, like trying to get their turn, begging for whatever. This person over here getting whatever the little crumbs they got. So, and underneath that we have the Two of Pentacles. So this to me is another choice. It seems like endless choices about how to make yourself more stable. You see the water in the background, still being an ocean back here. How can you be stable with all this going on in the background? There's a lot going on in the background. That's a big wave up there. Okay. So how are you going to make yourself stable if you're over here, again, by faith, not by sight? And by faith, I mean by you're going off of like a feeling, going off of a judgment, going off of I should say a judgment. Going off of a feeling, going off of what you know to be like right, I guess. You know? Like what you know that you're feeling, or you know you're experiencing, or you know that you're learning. With the Six of Pentacles, you see the Six of Pentacles, you give a little bit here, a little bit there. It's you give a little bit here, you give a little bit there. It's not a big, huge, oh my goodness, you know, we're getting a whole bunch over here all the time. This is, you're getting a little bit here, getting a little bit there. You know, taking your time with it, basically. Juggling this, trying to figure out which is the best way that works for you. How do you remain stable in this? I'm going to get a couple more here, then I'm going to switch to my other deck. Ooh. Ooh. Five of Swords, Nine of Wands. Mental conflict is hurting. Okay. This is the Wounded Warrior card. Someone may be in mental conflict about some things. If you look in here and you see, again, for this picture, is this guy holding two swords. Got one down here ready to go, and these other two are on the ground. These other people got defeated. This is telling me there was like a whole battle here. There's a whole battle. And this other person is sitting over here with this Nine of Wands, kind of defensive, kind of like shell-shocked a little bit. And we had this Five of Swords where this person had really had to like go through some things, you know, to get up off this battlefield. So some people may be battling some mental conflict as far as trying to get to some stability within themselves. Some people, I feel like it's been hard for some people to accept the truth of some things here. It's hard for some people to accept the truth. Fives are complicated, are supposed to be complicated numbers, or complication numbers. Excuse me, numbers of confusion and complication. So there's the Five of Cups that we came out earlier during this awakening, and the Five of Swords that comes out now. So emotionally and mentally, there's some hardships in accepting something. And we got Knight of Swords. So Knight of Swords here. This is something in the air. This is something kind of quick. This is something kind of direct. Maybe someone's not able to accept the directness of this, the bluntness of this, or whatever's going on in their life. Someone's not able to accept the bluntness of this. This is also this could also be like we had this other night here, like another principality of the air. Someone may have a real hard time accepting something mentally. We're going to get a couple cards from these. Let me get this shadow spell. This is my own personal deck, Shadow Spells. Shadow Spells get you out of hell. You can pick it up on my site, thelivingshadow.me. Link will be in the description box below. Please do like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Yeah. Ooh. I see past people's masks. So maybe this has been a thing for you as well. Seeing past people's masks. That could be part of this confusion here. We talked about with the Seven of Cups. You may have felt confused and deceived by this Knight of Wands. Maybe you're trying to you see past the mask of who this person is or how this person operates. Okay. Let me get one more from here. The shadow spell and get you out of hell. I only internalize positivity. So, even though you get negativity or you may deal with negativity, you're not keeping it inside of you. You're not holding it inside of you. You only internalize positivity. Okay? I know it's a little rough to say that because I know people do. There's lots of negative energy that's out there in the world. Like, you know, just seeing what's happening right now. It's kind of hard to remain positive, but don't intake the negative, just only intake the positive. As far as for internalizing it and keeping it like in your spirit, in your soul. You're just supposed to learn from the negative. If again we go back to this temperance card of pouring this cup, this is alchemizing. So if for y'all who want to like, you know, still kind of rocking with the Sunday school type lesson here, Jesus turned water into wine. You change one type of liquid to a whole different type of liquid. So you can turn one type of emotion to a whole different type of emotion. You can turn a negative emotion into a more positive emotion. You can turn a negative experience into a more positive experience. It may not be happy to try to see the silver lining all the freaking time, but it is possible, right? It may not be easy to do that, but it is possible, which is why I think with that Six of Pentacles, it comes out with that, you know, a little bit at a time. With practice and effort. What I find most of the time is that people want you to do the work for them, and they get mad and upset, and they feel like you're evil if you don't do the work for them. And then why I mentioned these five, so we had 3, 7, 7, 7, 7, which is also 5, 5, 5, with that 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups, and these 5 of Pentacles. I just looked down and saw it. So, if you are a person who's into angel numbers, I would look up 777 and 555. Just putting it out there. Ooh, from the Selfcare Oracle, we have journaling. Maybe you need to write down some things. For number 29, write down some things. Write down what's going on. And if you are one of those people who's had an issue like this, in this little section over here, where we have where this tower came up, okay, and this burden and this 5 of Cups. You may need to write down what this was. What this was for you. What you were confused about. Write it down. You know? Journal about it. Work, you know, write down what this burden was. Write down what you're regretting. And most of the time people don't learn the lesson, not because, it's not that they don't learn the lesson, it's that they don't retain the information from what they've learned. You may have learned it, but you have to write it down so you can retain it better. It's studies that show that people will remember better if they write it themselves. So, there is that for you as well. I'm going to get one more from the Self-Care Oracle card. One more from the Self-Care Oracle card. Thank you to all those who have watched the live. And again, please like, comment, and subscribe over here to Living Shadow Tarot, Living Shadow Tarot. Subscribe to Living Shadow Tarot on the YouTube. Thank you. And the last card here, look to the stars. Look to the stars. Look up. You know what I never understood? How you gonna pray looking down? And you trying to go up, but you praying looking down. That don't make no sense to me. But you know, look to the stars. Look up to the stars. Look to the universe. Look what's out there. Look and see the vastness that has been created out here. So busy looking down and seeing what's right in front of you, what's barely in front of your face, and not looking up to seeing all that's more possible out there in the universe. Your problem, I understand people go through problems. I'm not trying to like diminish anybody's problem at all, but when I'm saying, when I say this, or when I see this card, the energy I get from this is that no matter what problem you're going through, understand that you're not alone. There's so many other people out there. There's so many other people who go through problems. There's so many other people who have things going on, who may be going through a similar problem that what a similar problem that you have going on. They may have that as well. Other people going through other things. There's so like the it's so vast out there. Yeah, we tend to be real into, or excuse me, I shouldn't say. People tend to be real into their own personal issues, and they don't look out or look up to see what else is going on. They want to just drown in misery. That's the problem. That's why we have this Eight of Cups leaving this stuff behind. This person is walking away from this walking away from this little cliff here, the little dip. You gotta walk away from this stuff. So look up to the stars. Look up and pray. Look up and cast your burdens. Look up and again, if you pay attention, this Ace of Pentacles, it ain't coming out the ground. The gate is down here, but the pentacle, the big hand with the pentacle, ain't coming out the ground. It's coming out the sky up here. So there's that. I hope this helps somebody. I really do. If you are having a tough time or a tough moment and you need, just a little bit of something, get my Awakening Bath Box. Has everything you need to wash away the old you up in here, okay? And some care to cleanse so you can spray away. Whew. The burdens, okay, the mental conflict, that Five of Swords energy, just spray it away. Okay, cleanse the chaos out of your life, okay? These are both available on my site, thelivingshadow.me. Link is in the description box below if you do want to go there. I do again want to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you. Be blessed, be blessed, be blessed. We are now a part of the assassination. We don't take no shit over here. Okay?